Welcome to the Journey of Self. This is your coach, Manaz Amjad, and today I would like to talk to you about a technique I learned recently and found it to be quite useful, specifically to help me put my monkey mind to rest. So, this goes back to a few years ago, and through this narrative, what I would like to share with you is not just a technique, but my own personal experience. So, the title of our today's session is Thank You Mind. Close to around 6 to 7 years ago, my father, besides his heart ailment, also had an issue with the prostate. There were several tests done, including biopsy. And there came a time when the doctor prescribed for him certain tests while he couldn't really stand on his feet. And we couldn't really actually make him undergo those tests. Later on, he passed away. But somehow, maybe this is grief or a complex emotion that comes inside me. Even today, after 2 years of his passing away off, I get curious as to understand what would those tests would have suggested. And then my mind goes into a vicious circle of what if. And then I think, what if he would have been diagnosed with XYZ ailment? And then this would have happened, that would have happened. And then I get so lost in my worst case scenarios that I forget that he's no more. All the stress that I'm creating in my head with my what if thinking is just based on an assumption and some curiosity, something that I couldn't get an answer to a few years ago. So my coach taught me this technique. This is called the thank you mind technique. And I would want any one of you, just like me, if you ever find yourself ruminating about your past, constantly living in what if I had done that, things would have been different. What if I would have done this way, things would have been different. What if I had answers of all the questions in my head? What if, and the list goes on. So, if you are someone who get so caught up in this what if and this catastrophic thinking of worst case scenarios, you could use this simple but a very powerful technique that can help you. And it had helped me a great deal. So, next time when you find yourself specifically in the inner chatter, when we are talking to ourselves and constantly thinking about so many things, all you have to do is pause and just say to yourself, thank you, mind. I appreciate you sharing this. But I would like to go on with my day now. This could be a long statement. If you do not want to make it so long, you can just stick to, thank you, mind. I appreciate your sharing this. Initially, when you would do this, you may not really find any immediate results because our subconscious scripts require to be rewritten. And with so many years of so much have already been inscribed there, certain habits and techniques would take time to rewrite those scripts and become a habit so that we can save ourselves from getting into this loop of constant ruminating thoughts of what if and worst case scenarios. So in my case, I had to practice this for close to around more than 6 months. And every time I would not just about this particular episode that I shared about my father's illness, certain other thoughts as well, which keeps cropping up when I'm sitting idle. And I'm just wondering, oh, yeah, I don't have this answer. Then I'm reminded of this technique and I tell myself, thank you, mind. I appreciate you sharing this, but I would like to go on with my day now. I use a long statement. You can just use thank you, mind. This way, when you make this a repeated habit, you are now rewriting those scripts in your subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind is taking your feed in that every time it is throwing you all those thoughts buried deep inside in the recesses of your limbic system, your brain. You have an answer for it. You're not ignoring it. You're just acknowledging it with a polite response stating, thank you, mind. I appreciate it for you to share this with me. But not now. Or I would like to go ahead with my day for now. The more you politely refuse your negative thoughts or thoughts that kind of keep you hooked on to stress, worries, and what if scenarios, with a beautiful, polite, compassionate response of thank you, you, with regular practice, would rewrite your scripts. And this rewriting will one day work in such effortless way that you will find that you no longer have any of those questions. Well, that's all for today, friends. I hope this technique will bring in the required calm and peace your mind deserves. So go on and practice it, and I'll talk to you soon.